Hey everyone, welcome back to another DCS Huey tutorial with Ronan. Now, we've got the helicopter airborne. We've flown around some, and well, we're looking to maybe do something else or we're finished with our mission. Now we need to worry about one final thing about basic helicopter flight, and that is landing. How do we land a helicopter? Well, as in previous videos, talked about knowing about in-ground effect and out-of-ground effect hovering, and avoiding VRS, or vortex ring state. So we're going to pick an area, somewhere right up here, and we're going to land. There's a few things you need to be aware of. Your airspeed and your vertical speed, and also your altitude, or how far off the ground you are using this radar altimeter. So first things first, we're going to pull it off autopilot, and we're going to start to slow the aircraft. Now, when you pull back on the cyclic, you're going to need to lower the collective to keep it from increasing in altitude. Because we're in forward flight, it's going to want a tendency to go up in altitude as you put the nose further upward. If we pull back on the stick just slightly enough to keep it from pitching up, you'll notice that we're losing altitude once we slow down. And you're going to need some rudder input. You're going to want to keep that nose straight while you come in for a landing. You don't want to land sideways because that can make it roll. And you definitely don't want to roll a helicopter over, because really it only takes a few degrees of roll for a helicopter to basically go beyond the point of no return, and well, you get into bad situation with the rotor blades hitting the ground and the helicopter pretty much crashing and disintegrating. So as we slow it gently down to a stop here in this field, you'll notice that my VSI is still pointing down. I have to apply more collective until we hit that cushion of air and get into ground effect. And we're in ground effect. I require less collective input and little rudder to keep us straight. And we gently lower the collective to come down for a nice, soft, smooth landing. Now, landing is going to take a lot of practice. And we're on the ground. And then we just lower the collective all the way to keep the helicopter stable while on the ground and avoid any unnecessary vibrations. Luckily, Eagle Dynamics did not model in ground resonance too much into this, so we won't really experience ground resonance, which is basically a lot of vibration that can potentially destroy the helicopter. And luckily, we don't have to worry about ground resonance on this because, well, it's not modeled accurately, and it's a very dangerous concept that I won't get into. But there's some pretty interesting videos out there if you just look up ground resonance, where you can see helicopters pretty much just taking themselves apart from excessive vibrations. So we're on the ground. Now, a good key to remember, avoid VRS and gently land the helicopter. When you get better, you'll be able to do more rapid landings, like some of the ones you see in those Vietnam movies where the Huey pilots are coming in really hot and land really quickly, drop their troops off, and get out of there quickly. That's a little more advanced concept that I won't get into, but with practice, you can become pretty proficient at that type of landing. When you flare the helicopter, it's going to want to go up, so lower the collective and then pull back on the collective to make sure that you don't lose too much altitude. It's going to take a lot of fine tuning of your collective to land, but once you get the hang of it, it's not very hard. So you're back on the ground and you can take off and fly another day. Just make sure to do things nice and easy, nice and slow, and watch your rate of descent. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.